Hello, Aquarius friends. Welcome to my segment specifically just for you, Aquarius moon, sun, rising, whatever Aquarius placement you're listening for. I laid the foundation in the introduction of what this month is all about and the kinds of themes we're working with. And now we can dive deeper into how this can affect you individually in your Aquarius chart. So if you are a late degree Aquarius friend, I suggest you wait on to additionally listen to my Pisces report, which will be after this. So birthdays like February 15th through the rest of the sign, and Aquarius degrees like 23 degrees through the rest of the sign will benefit from both the Aquarius and Pisces readings because your late degree position kind of puts you in the middle of both of those charts. Okay, so let's talk about what we're seeing here, and we'll just take it piece by piece. The sun and Pallas Athena and Mercury just having been retrograde has offered this magical time of introspection, this diving deep into the vaults of your mind, that cosmic consciousness where everything, secret and magical is hidden. And also those things have been hiding in the shadows, lurking, fears, agendas, old programs. So this energy is basically your backstage pass to the first house renewal that has already begun. Okay, so you've got a little bit of carryover here where you're working through stuff in the inner realm and then you're bringing it out into the outer realm. So in the last couple of months, November into now the beginning of January, we had this Mercury retrograde story. As of January 3rd, Mercury is finally out of the shadow period and ready to roar. But the process you're just stepping out of was this a cosmic rewind. And the story of a cosmic rewind is still being brought by Mars retrograde and activated by this very powerful opposition that is happening right at this most important line in your chart. Okay, so there is something from the past. There's someone from the past. There is this epic battle of it feels like good and evil, but it's this epic battle for your authority, for your autonomy that is activated here. And you and or other people are very angry about this. So, give this extra care. Everyone, I talked a lot about how this can actually crack you into more abundance, and that is definitely true. So I'm not going to redo that discussion. I'm just going to add some other layers to this applied directly to Aquarius. This is right hooked into the Aquarius chart. So everyone in the zodiac is experiencing this from, it happening in the cosmos. But for the Aquarius chart, it just, bam, links right in. So there's something happening here. There's some sort of conflict within yourself, outside of yourself, and it's a really big deal. So, you're looking back to the past. This aspect happened in November, beginning of November. It's happening again. It will happen at the end of April. Something is in process. You are re-empowering yourself. You're taking your power back from someone or something within you. And this is fueling this very strong reinvention cycle. Okay, so when the planets move over this line between the 12th and the first house, this is moving from the unconscious into the conscious. This is moving from idea into creation. This is moving from the ethereal into the material. And that's the process of what's happening this month. It's a very powerful month. Birthdays will start for those of you who are early degree friends. Happy birthday to you, and happy birthday to you all who will have your birthdays in February as well. Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising, other Aquarius placements, you will have the sun cross over and kiss your placement. And that is a time of activation of intention. The moon starts out in Aquarius at the beginning of the month, and then it will go into new moon formation at 10 degrees on January 29th. So that's a new chance, a new beginning, a 13 moon cycle to plant seeds for your reinvention, for your vibrance, for your empowerment, for your physical health, for your physical wellness, for your place within the community, for your futuristic enhancements that can improve your life, for your unconventional answers to your age-old problems. All of these things can be wished for at this new moon time. And if it is your birthday, then make sure you use your birthday wishes, because there are very few forces more powerful in the universe than a birthday wish, because the portal is wide open and the universe is more receptive to your wishes at that time, because the sun in the sky represents what we want. And when the sun in the sky comes back to the same point that it was at when you were born, this wishing portal is open, and that's what birthday wishes are about. So, yay. So this first house gets flooded with all this energy. Ceres, the moon, twice here in the month. Venus, the sun will get there. Mercury will even get there at the end of the month. And this is all about you redoing everything. If anyone who's ever spent time with an Aquarius knows that you guys do things in different ways. I'm around an Aquarius all the time, and I'm always like, wow, that's really very interesting. I have my moon at 29 degrees of Capricorn, which means I'm kind of a borderline hidden, sneaky moon in Aquarius. So I see those kind of idiosyncratic ways within myself as well. But this is a time for you to just really unleash this innovative beast and, just redo anything that doesn't seem to be working for you. You've got this beautiful window to do it. So we'll beam over to our 180-degree opposition here, Mars. We talked about it cracking open things in this configuration with Pluto. We can also talk about the fact that it has been moving through, first it was forward in the 7th house, now it's retrograde in the 7th house, and it will go back into Cancer into your 6th house, then it will go direct again back into your 7th house. And it won't ever get very far away from your 7th house, so it's always influencing there, even when it is ducked back into the 6th, okay? So what does that mean? That means partnerships are in the hot seat. So this Mars retrograde is just firing up this review of your relationship dynamics. Passion, the power, the balance are all on the table at this time. Tensions will be brewing, and if they do, you can use this to redefine your boundaries. You can rediscover what fuels your partnerships. What are you in it for? What are they in it for? And are you in it for the same reasons? And if not, do at least those match? So you can, anything that happens in the 7th and 8th house is like a cosmic mirror. It's just reflecting back to you how you show up for others and how they show up for you. So the state of your relationships, even if you're not the one doing something wrong, can show you more about yourself. If you happen to pull someone in who doesn't show up, maybe it means that you're not showing up, but maybe you are showing up, and maybe it means that people didn't show up for you in your childhood and you're still redoing that pattern from your past. But whatever it is for your personal story, the mirror is up now, and you will get to reevaluate, your home and your family and your upbringing and your childhood psychology and your relationships and how it echoes out. Okay, so let's see what else. All right, let's talk about Jupiter. Jupiter has been in Gemini, fellow air sign, since May 2024. It will be there into June 2025. It's been in retrograde for a few months. We'll go direct next month. And it's seeking for this year to expand the skyscraper of your romance, your true love, your children, your creative babies, your hobbies, your pleasures, your bucket list. Here in retrograde, either things will be flooding to you that you've been working on, or things that you've been working on will seem like they've stalled out and gone away forever. So don't worry if it feels like they've stalled out. Jupiter's job is to build a giant skyscraper. Okay, I was born in New York City. I was raised there. And yes, I can summon the accent at will if I have to. I'm not going to do it. But what I know from having lived in a city is that when they go to build skyscrapers, they build these giant holes in the ground. You say, what the heck is going on in there? And it seems like they're working in there for a long time. What is taking them so long? What's taking them so long is they're preparing the magical space that will hold up a blessed skyscraper. And that is what Jupiter is doing now. So if you feel forsaken by Jupiter because things that were flowing beautifully from May into the fall or spring for you all down under, and then all of a sudden it halted and you're like, what? Then you're wondering what's happening. Everybody's going into the hole of the foundation here to check and make sure, is this baby ready for optimal building of the best skyscraper, strongest, happiest skyscraper possible, to enhance your creativity, to bring you all of the pleasures and joys that you have been trying to create, to bring you your romance and your true love, to bring children to you if that's what your wish is, to expand your relationship with your children that you already have, to set your creative fires, blazing. All of these things can happen when you have the strongest foundation for your happy skyscraper. Okay, so that's what's going to go on. And then as Jupiter goes direct, your skyscraper will build faster than you can imagine, and you won't even barely remember that it took so long to work on the foundation. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Okay, so Venus starts out with this group of Aquarius placements at the beginning of the month, but then it very quickly goes into Pisces. Short-term transit by nature, but because Venus is getting to be on its track for retrograde, things get a little more complex. It would usually breeze through the second house that it has shares part rulership here, money, earned income, finances. Venus also rules the seventh house where Mars retrograde is going, Libra house, love, romance, money, relationships, design, sustenance, all that. So Venus will bless your second house, and it could just bring in more money straight up. People could give you money they owe you. You could get raises, boosts, find money, whatever. This money comes in. Usually it's through earned income with the second house, but it doesn't have to be. And then it joins a long-term story of Saturn building your finances brick by brick and Neptune seeking to dissolve them, or it seems like that. But really what it's doing is it's spiritualizing your relationship to the immaterial and the material realms. All right, so you've got a spiritualizing process, you've got a building process, you've got Venus coming in to bless, and usually Venus would blow through, but because Venus is going to go into retrograde, once it gets a little ways through Aries, it will retrograde back into Pisces. So this story of Venus through your second house is going to be longer than usual, which is going to bring more focus to your financial realms than usual. It could bring more money than usual. It could be more spending than usual, but it could get you things that you've been wanting. It can be blessing and enhancing and harmonizing your relationship with your material experience. And so all of that's going on. So the Aries Libra eclipse cycle, which has been since early 2023, will now find its culmination, its last chapter in this March-April eclipse cycle time. The reason I'm talking about this now is because 6-ish weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, and sometimes even 8 weeks before an eclipse, we start to get the pot getting heated up and it starts bubbling with manifesting potential. Now, by the time it's March and April, it'll just be bubbling, overflowing, and steaming all over the place. But here in the second half of January, the heat's starting to go on and some little bubbles are starting to pop a little bit here. Okay, so the flame is up and things involving me versus we, storylines for the last 2 years, things involving taking in information, which is third house, which is where the Aries is for you, and putting out information, both third and ninth house. Basically, your education and teaching, expansion, enriching process is being activated. So maybe you've been in school. If not, you may find yourself in an education program that can help you either change your vocation or expand your vocation or just enrich your personal life. If this hobby sector that Jupiter is expanding can require you to learn something, you may find that you're investing some money and taking classes in the things that you love, and these investments you make now may turn out to be your income of the future. The Pisces Virgo eclipse cycle that started in 2024 and will go into 2027 is highlighting this second house of money that we already see is so full with your eighth house of other people's money. So the storylines of you versus other people and your stuff versus other people's stuff and shuffling the money around and autonomy versus and independence versus merging and dependency and interdependency and all of these things are coming up very strongly, and you will start to see the whispers of these storylines resurface again. Something very important to know about this second versus eighth house polarity is it's logic versus intuition. It's, manifestation in many different ways. We've all seen people who money just comes to them through their family, through their spouse, through luck. They win stuff, and you're like, if you're over here on the Taurus end of the spectrum, you're like, hey, it must be nice to get money for doing nothing, right? I know I've been in the Taurus. I have my South Node in Taurus, so I've been just working and, I understand that end of it. And sometimes it is required for us to start to tune into what it could take to be on the opposite end of the spectrum that we're on. So maybe if you're working hard all the time, maybe this eclipse cycle will give you opportunities to just have money fall in your lap. And if you've had money fall in your lap and you've sort of had some guilt and some lack of self-confidence about that, not that you should, I'm not putting a judgment on it, but just if your subjective experience, did that for you, maybe it's time for you to start putting some power into your individual projects where you use that 8th house money from other people, that you fuel your own creations. So this is the storyline, a very common storyline that you'll see manifesting during the upcoming years that has started, at the end of 2024. So you'll feel in many ways like there's a tug of war between you and them, but really the goal is for you to balance your individuality with the enrichment and fulfillment of merging with other people and transcending above the struggle into the collaboration and the cooperation and the synergy. If you resonate with my work, please click like, subscribe, click the bell to get my stuff into your feed. Enable notifications so you don't miss anything. I'm entering a time where I may start posting weekly, and so you won't miss anything if you do those things. If you haven't run a free birth chart, you can do that, and then you can utilize my resources even more deeply by watching for your sun, your moon, your rising, whatever you'd like to do. If you are a late degree Aquarius friend, birthdays around February 15th through the rest of the sign, I suggest you stay on and listen to my Pisces report. And if you have an Aquarius degree, 23 degrees to the end of the sign, that Pisces report will also be relevant for you too. If you love my content and you don't want to miss anything that I post and you want all of my content early, then go to anniehelpsyou.com, put your name and email address in there, click receive, you'll get a welcome letter, and in the welcome letter you'll get VIP access to my eclipse resource page, my retrograde resource page, my zodiac health tips, my 28-day very powerful virtual coaching program, and you'll get weekly astrology updates with all of the information that can help you make the most of the starry transits, including 1 month early, my monthly written star report that has the sweet and salty dates. These are the dates to be most awareful and careful of, and the dates to celebrate the most and plan your important things. And you get all of that as part of my VIP. Plus, podcast menus, and I know for sure YouTube don't always notify you whenever I post new content, even if you're subscribed, even if you click the bell, even if you enable notifications. So if you want to be sure that you don't miss anything from me, then the best way to do that is to be part of this VIP group, because I will let you know as soon as I have anything posted, and you will get early access to all of it. I also sometimes have private promos for my VIP group that the public never sees. And if you want to study astrology with me, go to www.beastropro.com, beastropro.com, to see my astrology certification course. If you want to learn astrology to help yourself and your friends, or you want to earn money, that is my specialty. I can tell you how to make your astrology practice work and earn money from your love of the stars. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.